Alright, on to black. Doomfall. That doesn't sound good.
Doom.
2 and a black for a sorcery at uncommon. Choose 1. Target opponent exiles a creature he or she controls. Or, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card.
Now, was there one of these in white? Am I missing something? Is this a cycle of choose ones?
There was one in blue.
I know there was one in blue.
I don't recall one in white, no.
Huh. Apparently we're not good at this. Okay, so what do we think?
Seems okay. The choice is good. Especially if you think they have something in their hand. The choice for them to pick the creature they exile is less good. However, if it's the only thing on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you can get rid of, like if they have a god down and a creature, and you're able to get rid of the creature with some other removal, this is great because they just have to exile the god.
Sure. This is another one of those things that, like, it's too expensive for either of these options.
Mm-hmm.
The first option is probably 2 mana, is what we're used to with edicts. And the second option is, what, 1 mana? Possibly 2 mana? But tacked together seems fine, I guess. I'm not going to pick it up early. Like, this isn't something that excites me, but I'd probably throw one in the deck.
Yeah, I would throw one in the deck. Given that it's uncommon, I'd probably grab it if it came around. Not first pick, obviously, but, yeah.
But you like it okay to play it. I think it's playable.
This is the kind of hand attack that I like, because
you just get to pick something.
I get to pick something, so, yeah.
Yep. Alright, so playable, but not a high pick.
Next. Lethal Sting. 2 and a black for a sorcery at common. As an additional cost to cast Lethal Sting, put a -1/-1 counter on a creature you control. Destroy target creature.
Oh, this seems fine.
It seems pretty good.
Wasn't there something that wanted -1/-1 counters on your creatures? I don't remember.
Yeah, there was something.
It was like, oh, it was a rare. It was the Amet Eternal or whatever. So yeah, putting a -1/-1 counter on a creature you control is a real cost, but 3 mana destroy anything is pretty good removal. So I feel like this is going to be a high pick. Might even first pick it. Definitely in, picks 2, 3, or 4.
The only downside, well, the 2 downsides with this is, 1, you need to have a creature. Otherwise, it's just dead in your hand.
Is that how that works? Yeah.
You have to have a creature to put a -1/-1 counter on. And it's at sorcery speed, which, with destroy effects, I don't care as much, if I'm getting rid of it completely.
Yeah, there is a lot of indestructible running around that maybe this is worse with, but I still think this is pretty good, especially in Limited. You're going to have creatures in Limited.
You would hope. Otherwise, you've got bigger problems.
So I'd pick this highly.
Yeah. Oh, what gorgeous art. Wow. Poor Liliana. Liliana's defeat. Single black for sorcery at uncommon. Destroy target black creature or black planeswalker. If that permanent was a Liliana planeswalker, her controller loses 3 life.
This is probably better than the white one.
Why do you figure?
Because it's just destroy rather than, is it exile and attacking or blocking? This is just, they don't even have to be attacking or blocking. It's just destroy that thing.
It's a stronger sideboard card.
But it's still just a sideboard card.
Yeah.
I think I might pick this a little higher than the white or the blue ones because black seems to be a color that gets splashed a lot. So
you have a higher chance of
rate of actually playing it.
Yeah, but would you main deck it?
No, I still wouldn't main deck it. It's still just a sideboard card, but I'd pick it up wherever I didn't find something I was excited about. Probably late in the pack.
Yeah. Razaketh's Right. 3 black for a sorcery at uncommon. Search your library for a card, and then put that card into your hand, and then shuffle your library. Cycle for single black.
Huh. I'm trying to figure, like, this is a tutor. Search your library for anything put into your hand. 5 mana is a lot for that. I don't think I want to play this, even though it cycles.
Really?
I don't know.
Get your bomb for 5, or cycle it for 1?
Yeah, get your bomb and play it next turn. Like, adding 5 to the mana cost of whatever your bomb is that worth it?
Depends on what your bomb is. Doesn't even have to be your bomb. Could be your removal that you really, really, really need to have right soon.
Yeah. I might pick one of these up late, and I might play it, but I don't know. Cycling for a single black makes it a little more tempting, because I might find a place to play it, or I might just cycle it away, but I still don't think I'm playing this.
I likely won't play it, but if I'm running a deck that cares a lot about cycling, I'll probably throw one in. It's cheap enough to cycle, and the value is good if you can get there.
I don't think it's playable, though.
No, I think it's playable, but barely. Sorry for the yawns, my goodness, it's been a long 2 days. Torment of Scarabs, 3 and a black for an enchantment or a curse at uncommon. Enchant player. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player loses 3 life unless he or she sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card.
So this is a vertical cycle for the set. There's one at common, uncommon, and rare, and they each have that text. Player loses 3 life unless he or she sacrifices an online permanent or discards a card. They each go about it slightly differently. This is the one that just does that every turn. So what do we think of that?
We're probably going to differ here, I think, because I quite like it. Yes, it's not playing a creature, which I'm not usually a fan of, but 3 life each turn, or they're getting rid of a creature or artifact or enchantment, is steep, and it adds up quickly. It's a lot more than 2, it's a lot more than 1. 3 is substantial.
Yeah. I mean, there is quite a bit of enchantment removal around, so this might 1-for-1 them and then be done, but that's probably still okay.
I haven't seen any enchantment removal so far.
Oh, I'm thinking of Amonkhet.
There's nothing so far.
Huh. There was nothing in white.
There's some...
We'll see what we get to green. But
there's some stuff that I think allows you to remove target non-land something or other.
So,
but not a lot.
Okay, if this stays around, let's see, what's it doing every turn? It's attacking for 3 unblockable, so that's good for a 4-drop. Or it's making them get rid of a permanent, which is also fine. Or discarding a random land. Yeah, this probably does enough. It's... where do you pick it? Do you first pick this?
Probably, okay. And as I said before, if there is a bonkers rare, because there are some bonker rares, if it's just a rare, which there aren't a ton of, then yeah, I could see myself first picking this. But otherwise, I pick it up wherever I would pick up uncommons, you know?
Okay. So you pick it highly. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. It seems like it does enough, so maybe. But it doesn't do anything to protect you. So... I don't know. It's not quite a 4-mana planeswalker.
Nope, but it does
kind
some
of
stuff.
Does that...
How are you going to feel if somebody plays that against you?
Annoyed. Yeah, alright. I'd probably take this. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm going to take it because I love build-arounds like this. But,
I think it looks pretty neat.
Alright.
Torment of Venom. This is the uncommon. 2 black for an instant at common. Put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature. Its controller loses 3 life unless he or she sacrifices another non-land permanent or discards a card.
So, 3 counters.
So, as we've said, the -1, like, 1 buts there aren't a lot of. But there are a lot of 3 toughness creatures in this set.
Yeah, this will kill most things, which is good. So a 4 mana kill something.
It's pretty good.
And then they sacrifice another thing, discard a card, or just probably take 3. Yeah, this seems fine. This seems like something I'll pick up highly. Also, working it into combat to kill some, like, one of the bigger 5, 6, or 7.
Oh yeah, suddenly it
things.
means that your 5/5 flyer can take out that 8/8 demon.
Yeah. Yeah, we're playing with rares here, but sure.
Yeah, so yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty cool, especially at common.
Would you first pick it?
No, probably not. Probably not, unless it's a stinky pack, and then I'm like, woo, I got some removal.
I might. I can't be sure I'd be happy about it, but I'd definitely take it highly.
Yeah.
It seems like fine removal. All right.
Without weakness.
The weaknesses have been shed.
1 and a black for an instant at common. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn, and cycle for 2.
So you can cycle this card, or just give something indestructible.
Yeah.
This is just not as good as, what was it, from Amonkhet?
Something or other stamina?
Yeah, Supernatural Stamina.
And I never played Supernatural Stamina
I
even
never
once.
played it once.
It always got cut.
It got into my deck a couple of times, and I never drew it. Yeah.
It never made it into my deck. I always cut it for something better.
I don't think I want this combat
I don't
trick.
think I would play it. I don't think it's unplayable by any stretch of the imagination. If you need something, it can work as removal.
It's below replacement level, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, I'd prefer to have any creature over this, I think. I don't know.
It's just another way that black gives you a little bit of extra if you don't get the removal suite you want, but otherwise I'm not playing it.
24th card.
Yeah, 25th.
Bantu's Last Reckoning.
You want to read this?
I'm sorry, I wanted to read it.
Alright, 1 black for a really, really, really large crocodile-looking thing. It's a sorcery at rare. It's our first rare. Destroy all creatures. Lands you control don't untap during your next untap step.
So, what did we think about the 6 mana Wrath in white?
It wasn't great.
No. What do we think about the 3 mana Wrath in black?
This is really strong. Yes, there is the downside of not untapping your lands, but let's face it, if you are playing a Wrath on turn 3, something's gone really horribly wrong for you.
It's true.
And you probably don't care if you have to wait a turn to untap your lands, but if you play this way, you're probably going to play this later game. You probably have a couple of lands extra that you can drop a creature the next turn anyway.
See, that's what I was thinking, or even the turn that you cast this. Like, there's a lot of talk about whether this card is good or not, but I think if you take it early, which I'm going to first pick this, and then build around it, if you don't care about the creatures that you've dropped up to this point just to chump, I'm thinking play this on 6 or 7 mana, and then drop some big flyer or just some big ground creature.
Yeah.
Also, it works really well. We didn't talk about this, but it works really well for these cards in green where you've got mana ramping, like from creatures. So I imagine having this and a bunch of, what do you call them? Ramp creatures that you can then tap for mana in response to this.
Oh, okay,
Tap in
to
response.
float.
To float the mana and then drop like a scaled behemoth after playing
living
this.
the dream.
Yeah,
But it's not-
I admit, it's living the dream.
But it's certainly not...
Out of the realm of possibility.
No, especially if you get this pack 1 and you kind of tailor your deck around it a little bit. Not quite build around, but, you know.
I think it's almost a build around kind of thing. Like, it's not a Wrath that you're just going to want if your deck wants a Wrath, but it's a Wrath that you're going to want if you have a plan.
It's less cute than the one that we were talking about before, and
The
I was
white
like,
one.
I think this is way too cute to try to build around, but I think this is pretty strong.
So I'm going to first pick this. But I'm not going to take it as a signal if it comes around to me, because most people don't like it. So it doesn't mean that black is open if they're passing this.
Well, we don't know most people don't like it, but most people don't.
Most people that I've heard don't seem to like it.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Hour of Glory. 3 and a black for an instant at rare. Exiled target creature. Sweet. If that creature was a god, its controller reveals his or her hand and exiles all cards from it that with the same name as that creature. So this is a super strong limited card, and it's a super, super strong card in Constructed. Like, this could be really good against the Gideon standard deck.
Well, Gideon's not a god, but...
oh, fair enough. But, you know, something with extra.
Exiling a Gideon would be fine with this. Instant speed.
I've heard of a deck that's kind of on the horizon, and it's mostly all gods.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, multicolored god deck. So
interesting.
Yeah, interesting. But regardless, a 4-mana exile target creature.
4-mana exile target creature is fine. It's good. We like it. We were playing the 5-mana one in Amonkhet. Now, that was a common, and this is a rare, so maybe this is not that much better. But the clause of reveal the hand, and you get to take their extra copies. So you don't get to take them from their library, which is weird.
No, but you get to see their hand.
You do get to see their hand.
So regardless, that's a super strong thing anyway.
It's removal. It's fairly efficient removal. I'm going to first pick it. I'm going to be happy with it.
Oh, absolutely. Torment of Hailfire. This I want on a playmat. This art is phenomenal.
That's fair. Would you put your graveyard down in the purple splotch?
Probably. Black, and X for a sorcery at rare. Repeat the following process X times. Oh, man. Opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card.
So you get X of those. So for 3 mana, you get to do it once. Which is... basically what one of the other torments was. For 4 mana, you get to do it twice. No, that's basically what the other one was, because it was like exile a creature and do that, or opponent sacks a creature and you do that, or something. But for 5 mana, you get to do it 3 times. For 6 mana, you get to do it 4 times. This seems very good to me.
Yeah,
this seems like a plan.
I am first picking this all day.
Yeah.
And it just gets better the more mana you have to pump into it. So
I like it a lot.
It's also going in my Obnixilis Commander deck, because I have a lot of stuff that doubles the swamps that I have, and it gets really gross.
And it's worth noting that they can't just say, okay, I discard a card. Oh, I don't have any cards. I don't have to discard anything.
Nope.
No. They have to discard a card or choose one of the other options. So if they have no cards in hand, and if they have no creatures on the battlefield, then you're probably winning that anyway, but they are just taking, you know, 3, 6, 9 damage there. So this is very potent, and
I think the flavor text is very elegant. Your God Pharaoh has returned. It's Obnixilis.
These ones aren't the story highlights, but the flavor text is very storyful. So we'll,
it certainly tells you something about what's going on.
Yeah, you should go through the set and read some of this flavor text. It's pretty sweet.
We'll probably do a history of magic at some point on the story of Amonkhet and what's happened.
Yes, we should definitely do that.
Because I think it's a very... it's been a very good story.
All right, we're going on now to red.